So if you were anywhere near my age, you were probably raised in a generation where we weren't supposed to have these big emotions. We were supposed to just calm down, just stop crying, right? That was a common response from our teachers and probably our parents and definitely our grandparents. But our kids have these big emotions and it's okay that they have them. So it's okay if they get mad or frustrated or irritated and they want to, and it's building up and it's building up. The buildup is the problem. So we have to let them know it's okay to be mad. If something is unfair, if somebody was unkind, it's okay to be mad at that. You don't have to keep taking it. You don't have to be a doormat. You don't have to be the one who's constantly absorbing other people's junk, right? Because that's when it bottles up, and then it explodes. That's when you have those pushes or the fights or the big blow-ups. Big emotions are okay. They get to stand up for themselves. They get to stand up for other people. That's fantastic. And it still falls into that kind realm. They can scream, stop. And that still is kind because they are standing up for themselves or standing up for a friend. But here's the problem. They can't then escalate it. They can't be mean. So we can say to students, you're mad. You can be mad. I get why you're mad. Or we can even take it one step further. I would be mad too, right? We're showing them empathy. If that happened to me, I would be really embarrassed. I get it. I understand how you're feeling. If they're not able to give you the label of how they're feeling, you can say it for them. Are you feeling mad? Are you feeling sad? Are you feeling frustrated? Are you embarrassed? You can ask them leading questions. Or if they're really young, you might be feeling mad right now. So we can do it in all different ways, but it's the same skill for our pre-Ks to our hormonal tweens and teens who are still trying to figure all of this stuff out. We also have to tell our kids that they get to react to their madness or their big emotions. They get to react to being sad. It's okay to cry. It's okay. It's okay to be mad. It's okay to need a second to calm yourself down. It's okay to have all of that. But here's where we draw the line. We can't be mean about it. We can't put that madness into words and then actions that become physical, or the whole I know you are but what am I, or the retaliatory, right? That I'm going to give it back to you just as much as you gave it to me and then a little bit more so I win. It's that power struggle. So we have to give them the words. I'm mad. You don't get to treat me this way. Stop it, right? Or you could say that's not fair, or it was my turn. These are all tools that our kids can use. But we have to give them, we can't just say, hey, go figure it out. Just go figure it out. Go talk in the corner and go figure it out. Unless we give them the resources, the tools, the words, physically the words, to stand up for themselves, to articulate how they're really feeling. It really hurt my feelings when. That's incredible, but that is a learned skill. We have to teach them how to do this. You don't get to treat me that way. I won't let you treat her that way. Right? We have to give them practice. So 1, we have to label the emotions. Let them recognize you're mad, you're sad, you're frustrated, you're scared, you're whatever there are. And then we need to acknowledge it. I get it. You have every right to be mad. Empathize, accept the premise of the big emotions because they are a part of life, right? And when we try to suppress them, that's when it can get dangerous. But then we also need to set those clear boundaries and the clear expectations. We cannot escalate it. We cannot retaliate. Get help if you need it, if you don't have the strategies to work on this. And then we can help them by giving them healthy solutions. You can try this. You can do this. You can always come and get me. We say, we want our kids to figure it out on their own. They're not always able to figure it out on their own. And we're putting them in dangerous, mentally, or emotionally, or physical dangerous situations when we're forcing them to go and deal with it on their own. If they don't have the practice, the confidence, the resources, the tools, the words to do it on their own. Now for our older kids, this can get even extra trickier because for our young kids, we could say, don't hit, don't escalate it. But sometimes our older kids are so cruel. They just know exactly how to dig in. And our older students, they need a retaliatory word or phrase to shut it down so that it doesn't escalate into a bigger physical, violent situation. I'm gonna tell you a quick story. So I have a friend, her son he was a senior in high school, and his dad had tragically passed away from cancer the year before. And there was a student in his classroom who was bullying him consistently and made some snide comment about his dead father. And it built up, the sadness of losing his dad, the cruelty of teasing somebody over losing a parent. right? It's unimaginable. It's awful. It's horrific. And my friend's son hit this other boy. He ended up in detention, was suspended, and he almost didn't graduate because of it. And she came to me and she said, I need a way to help him shut this kid down verbally so that it doesn't let it affect him. He needs to have something to kind of protect his heart, protect his emotional well-being, but so that he then doesn't let it build up and then it explodes into a big anger moment where he uses his body, and then there are massive consequences as a senior in high school where you don't graduate and then you don't go to your college. So we came up with a line, that just, it felt good for her son to be able to say it and have it kind of in his arsenal. This is one of those resources where you wouldn't just say this to be mean to somebody, but this kid needed to be shut down in a very specific way. So we came up with, hey, at least my dad taught me that I don't need to put other people down to feel good about myself. And that's all he needed. He needed that little comeback. So while we don't teach that strategy to our younger students, in very specific cases, when our kids are dealing with insane cruelty, right? Being teased over losing your dad, can you imagine? They need these kinds of resources. Hey, just try saying this, or try thinking this. Have a mantra in your head, or have an affirmation in your head so that you know that this kid really has no power over you. And if you're letting him have power over you, then you need to come get some help from your counselor or from your counseling team in the office. Come to a trusted adult. So teaching our kids how to do this, how to have those big emotions, because they're going to interact with mean kids and they have to learn how to deal with it in a healthy way now, because those kids grow up to be mean adults. They're going to be their mean bosses. They're going to be those mean colleagues. They have to learn how to deal with it now in a healthy way. Right? We can give them those skills. And this is all helping with those listening and speaking skills. It's building up their self-confidence. It's building up their self-esteem. All of that makes them better students. And it makes you have to referee less. You don't have to deal with as many recess dramas or coming in from lunch dramas or breaking up fights in the hallway, because you're giving them the tools they need so that those big emotions don't explode into something bigger. Over time, you will have to referee less and less and less. And what a gift that would be, right? And you're helping them. It's a win-win. In the next video, we are going to now start talking about some escalating behaviors, and we're gonna be focusing on those mean girl behaviors. And boys do it too. It's just that mean girl behavior. And I'll see you in there. It's not so much fun, but we're gonna do it together.